Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you DPP Revival Ubers Open. This is round 8 winners bracket action between Stone Cold and Strange Name. Again, this is pretty deep in the tournament now, not quite top 8, but we're getting there. Should be a very exciting matchup to see, needless to say, but we're just gonna jump right in. So we got Tentacruel lead into a Kyogre lead. Tentacruel probably just gotta get T-Spikes up. But no, just gotta get thundered by Scarf Ogre lead. And Groudon's gonna switch in, try to take advantage of that lock. Question is, what's Stone Cold's follow-up? It is a Wobbuffet. And Sub is going to be thrown out here. And this is a bit of an awkward spot because Wob can actually try to Encore here, and we'll do that. We'll probably get the Bronzong or Rayquaza in. Ray's gonna come in, Wob Ray, not a uncommon combo. And Rayquaza should be able to break this Sub up. But SD's up here, has to be careful of getting overheated. Aqua Tail will also do a significant amount of damage to this Bronzong, depends on what Dave has here. Tentacruel's gonna come in, Fire Blast is here, that's gonna go down. Life Orb is going to get popped here, and Fire Blast is here, not gonna kill because remember Airlock does not apply even with Sun. And oh, that burn actually coming in big, and because that Bronzong would have killed the Rayquaza otherwise. But Giratina Origin should be able to force a Shadow Sneak KO, but going to actually miss that. That might have been a roll, and the Rayquaza is gonna go down, so not what a Strange Name was hoping to see. Dialga's gonna come in here, and Dialga probably going to try to make something happen here. Protects the Scout, and Wobbuffet is going to come out here into the Sub. And Dialga can actually protect here to let that poison damage actually do its thing. And going to block the Cuss-Stab activation there. And will get the KO. So, Strange Name back in the driver's seat. How's Stone Cold going to handle this? Protects here. Dave just tried to use Thunder, trying to not get pressure stalled. That's the big thing. Trying to play around the Sub turns. There's the Thunder, going to break the Sub. Going to Sub again. So what's he gonna do? Sub bulk up Dialga, can sometimes just flat out win on the spot, especially with T-Spike support. Because this means that its usual counterplay, such as a Groudon, is going to be in a lot of trouble. So, Ice Beams here. Ice Beams again, going to actually break. And look at that, the Kyogre now on its last legs perhaps. And Dialga actually going to be able... That actually does less than 25%, so he could try to scum for a... Ice Beam, but nope, just gotta play it safe with the Protect. Ladio's probably just going to break this Sub up pretty comfortably. And Dialga's going to nab the KO there. So, just gotta keep it simple here. Jirachi, in a lot of trouble here. T-Wave's there. Is this Jirachi faster? That is the question. It is not. So that is a 244 Jirachi from the looks of it, perhaps. And this Dialga, usually it's at least faster than 250 speed Groudon. That's usually the benchmark that you want to go for with Sub bulk up. And bulks up again, Healing Wish is there, into the Mewtwo. Mewtwo going to be cured of its poison status, but Aura Sphere will break it, but Aura Sphere won't really KO Dialga from this range, and that actually puts Stone Cold in a really awkward spot here. Going to be forced to recover here, and now Stone Cold has to hope to God that he does not get crit. And Strange Name going to take advantage of this, try to get another bulk up going. Calm Mind's here. I don't think +1's actually going to do the job here. And now he's at that point where he's got to go for a crit or something. And oh... You have to go for Aura Sphere crit now. Not gonna get it. Only doing 65%. And Strange Name is gonna take this game 1. So Stone Cold almost came back from this. But, you know, I think... But there were a couple things that I think actually made the early game a little bit more favorable for him. But not being able to keep that Ray healthy, well, or I guess his team just didn't really have a good way to deal with a sub bulk up Dialga, and sometimes a sub bulk up Dialga can just do that, like it can just flat out win on the spot if everything lines up, and this is one of those times where everything did line up. Anyways, we got a game 2 though in this best of 3 series, so let's just go right into this. Giratina Origin into a Dialga. Not exactly what Strange Name wants to see, and if you're Dave, you should be feeling good about this. You could use this chance to get rocks up, could let Draco pop. Gonna let the Stealth Rocks pop up. Question is, does he have Fire Blast? Strange Name going to scout that up. Gonna go into Groudon. And taking... Oh, that definitely matters. But here's the thing. It technically matters, but the reason why that crit matters, even though that Dialga is likely faster and can just let a Draco pop, is that one, it kind of takes away Strange Names' ability to try and play around the Dialga, which is kind of a huge thing. And Latias gotta try to Calm Mind up here, and it will comfortably eat that Draco Meteor up, but Stone Cold should have something for this. That something is Darkrai, and oh, actually just gotta get flat out KO, try to catch it on a recover turn. Not gonna happen. 4E's gotta come out here. So we got some 4E Sun offense here, or Sun balance. But Ho-Oh's gonna come in, and this Ho-Oh looks immensely threatening. It can get a substitute up for free. Question is, does he have Explosion? Nope, just gotta get the Toxic Spikes up, but it's just gotta get KO'd by Flamethrower. Question is, how fast did it... Oh, that is not what Strange Name wants to see. So Sub-CM Ho-Oh, actually a very uncommon set. Sub Ho-Oh itself is not uncommon, but sub with Calm Mind, especially lethal, because my guess is that this is probably Flamethrower plus Toxic. That is a combination that you really do not want to deal with. And yeah, Jumpluff's gonna come in. Calm Minds again. It will probably get Encored. If you're Dave, you want to get out of this. But nope, just gotta do this instead. And it does not have Infiltrator like in later gens, so just keep that in mind. Calm Mind's up here. Oh geez, I'm not sure what you can do here if you're Strange Name. Because like, sure, Encore does last a long time. I do want to point that out. Stone Edge is here, so... Okay, it is finally forced to swap out. And going to eat that Draco Meteor up. But it won't be able to spin as long as that Giratina is in the picture. And Sun Boosted Hidden Power Fire gonna take care of that. And Dialga gonna threaten the Draco Meteor KO. But Jumpluff is gonna be sacked. And Stone Cold smartly using... knowing that he's gonna try to play around that. I'd probably just Fire Blast here again. Tricks the Fire Blast into Lumberry, but this Latias now, oh, I think he might be at risk of being potentially KO'd, but Stone Cold now has a huge weapon here that he can actually use to his advantage. Scarf Dialga actually just threatens everything on Strange Name's team, so you know, if you're Stone Cold, you gotta be feeling pretty good about this. And Dave here can comfort... Got a T-Wave here, so this might be T-Wave free attacks, could be T-Wave SD. Ho-Oh gonna come in again, and now there's nothing that can really stand in its way. Ho-Oh probably just gotta look to get a sub up again. Subs here. Oh, this could be Sub-CM Roost as well. That is also plausible. Draco's gonna pop that, but... Yeah, my first part was Flame Tox, but like, now that I think about it, I think the last move's gotta be Roost here. And if you're Stone Cold, you gotta be feeling real good about this, because Giratina has a limited PP. It's slower than Ho-Oh, so this is probably max HP, max speed. Off the top of my head, recovers here. What's he gonna do? And they're gonna go into a Calm Mind War, and... Whoa. Does he need to do this? Yeah, I'm not sure if you're Strange Name. I mean, if you're Dave, if you have Whirlwind or something, or Toxic, you better show it now, would be what I'd say. But there's also the fact that pressure on Ho-Oh is just completely lethal in this gen. Like, a lot of times people will use regen in like later gens when it gets it, but pressure is just really, really useful here because it makes PP stalling a lot more comfortable. Flamethrower's here, not gonna do a whole lot. So yeah, it was mono in fact. And now this is just a please do not crit me. I'm not sure if Dave's letting this potentially get away from him. And oh, Thunder misses in 50% Sun. That's to be expected if you're gambling on that. I don't know about Thunder on Latias, but I get why, because you don't want to be so raw into Kyogre, especially if you happen to lose the Water War, so I kind of get why that's there, even if I don't necessarily love it. Recovers here, and now this is just a war of attrition. Finally gets a Thunder to land, but the sub is still going to be up, and Ho is going to be able to comfortably recover from this. If you're Stone Cold, I think you probably just want to recover here. Yeah, recovers again. And let's see how the PP's doing. Oh, that is not a lot of attacks left. And gonna miss there. Yeah, and Stone Cold saying... Strange Name saying, it's my lucky day. And Stone Cold pointing out that it is a 50%, which again, not wrong. But again, he doesn't. I mean, okay, lands 1, but like, dude, yeah, I think you're just gonna get PP stalled here. I'd hate to say it, but recovers again. Ho just wins this, unless he gets crit here. Okay, no, he is officially out of Thunders here. Last chance? Nope. Ho-Oh will close this out pretty comfortably. And Stone Cold's gonna tie this up. Hard to say if Strange Name got unlucky. I wouldn't say so, because one, like, if you have to rely on 50% Thunders in the Sun, something's gone terribly wrong. Is, like, probably the first thing I would say. Or rather, if you had to resort to that, and then not to mention, like, yeah, Encore lasted a long time, but I think Ho-Oh was kind of at that range where when the Giratina popped the Stone Edge to pop the sub, then there was a chance that could have ran out, and then he could have also gotten PP stalled out there, and then he had 4 subs left, so it wasn't exactly a small number, but it would have been really hard to break those remaining subs, so... yeah, and I think that's just kind of... If this was like, you know, sub Brave Bird Sacred Fire Ho-Oh, then I think Strange Name would have been in even more trouble, is probably what I'd say. But regardless, it is 1-1, and it is best of 3, and neither player is at risk of being eliminated. So let's jump right in. So here we are, game 3, rubber match. We got Kyogre into a Deoxys Speed. Stone Cold probably gonna get hazards up. And Water Spout's there, so that Ogre will at least get... Oh, Mirror Coat's there. Actually, that explains why the Deoxys... I was like, yeah, that Deoxys Speed, normally it outspeeds Kyogre, but a really nice tech there with the Mirror Coat. But Giratina is going to threaten a KO here. Now, if you're Stone Cold, you could probably look to pivot back into Deoxys Speed. But no, he's just comfortable staying in here. Might be Rock's Dialga, which explains that. So it's probably just Spike's DOS. And got Thunder here. And would be a good time to double back into Deoxys Speed. But no, Magnezone's going to be shown. And a Strange Name actually makes a double there. Probably was not expecting Magnezone, but was, needless to say, trying to scout a possible DOS. So that Tyranitar mid-ground actually covers a lot. But this T-Tar now could threaten a superpower KO. Oh, full power is there. A bit of a bad break there, but will at least still get rid of the Magnezone. Although I think Strange Name wished he didn't take such unnecessary chip damage. DOS will get a layer of spikes up at the very least. And the DOS is going to go down, but Stone Cold off to a really good start here. Darkrai now gonna be able to threaten a possible sleep, but you could also sub up here if Dave thinks that a Tyranitar is gonna come in. Quillfish is gonna show up. What's it gonna be? Huge nasty plot there, so that play actually works too. It might be Lum Darkrai. And now Tyranitar's probably gonna try to get a revenge kill on this. And probably hope that Focus Blast misses, but not gonna happen. And it was probably not Custap either. And Bronzong now gonna get slept here, and Darkrai just going to run away with this. So Strange Name just doesn't have good sleep counterplay here, and that Bronzong's still asleep. That this game is over. I'm not. Yeah, so Stone Cold's got to take that series 2-1. Bit of an anticlimactic game 3 there, but sometimes that's the kind of games you will sometimes get in this tier. Strange Name, I think he really relied on that Kyogre being healthy so that, you know, you have Quillfish, which probably was Lumberry and could, you know, take a blow from, you know, could take a sleep from Darkrai, threaten back with a Waterfall. I think that was probably the counterplay. Based on team composition there, the last here could be Palkia. That's something that's entirely plausible. If you have like this double water setup and then Palkia's cat at nice middle ground for speed control. But that's the game we play, and yeah, I don't really know if Strange Name could have necessarily won that game too. Although I think I would have still liked Dave's odds in general, compared to what Strange Name had, but regardless, Strange Name's gotta be sent down to losers. Stone Cold's gotta remain in winner's bracket, so we'll probably see him again in round 10, which I believe will be right when top 8 kicks off in this tour, so we're getting pretty close to the end. Needless to say though, if you guys enjoyed these videos, like, comment, subscribe, and consider donating to DPP Revival Ubers' prize pool, and I will see you guys next time.